I just found this amazing sign. It tells me where I am, where to continue along the path. I'm about to arrive at Saint-Galimier, and it says right here, my first destination is Le Puy-en-Velay, Le Puy, 112 kilometers. And then Santiago de Compostela, 1,630 kilometers. I don't know what that means in miles, but I'm about to check. They chase me. I'm gonna turn around. I'm trying to spook them. They come closer. Come on. You coming? Scaredy cats. Alright, so this is the first time I get to a campsite and it's closed. I'm already pretty tired. My right foot isn't having it. I'm not sure what to do here. I might have to walk 7 miles to the next town. I'll let you guys know. I want to be their shepherd. Follow me. They run from me. Day 4. I don't know how to express how mentally hard today was. I walked 20 miles. First about 15 miles or 12 miles to Saint-Galimier. And I was thirsty the whole way because I did not drink water yesterday before bed, fearing that in the cold of the night I'd want to pee, and I did, even though I didn't drink. And also the blanket thing helped a little bit. I mean, yesterday was definitely a step up, but not enough to. I struggled to sleep. It's essentially the point. But anyway, when I got to Saint-Galimier, everything was closed. All the supermarkets, the tourist center, the pharmacy, I did go into the church to pray, but nobody was there. Nobody could stamp my passport. I got a little frustrated, and I went to a bakery and bought myself a baguette for like 50 cents in a water bottle, chugged that thing down, and I was praying to God the whole time for a horse and for water, because man, doing this on a horse would be really cool, and I was so thirsty. But I just had to keep in mind that before you ask God for things, He already knows what you need, and He's gonna provide it for you. I mean, look at the birds of the air. Doesn't He provide for them? And aren't you much more valuable than birds? You are. And anyway, so the baker saw that I was hungry and tired. She gave me a pastry. It was really good. Then I went to a park and tried to take a nap, but it was too hot, so I just did some stretching and then read the rest of the book of James. Started on the book of Peter, First Peter, I think it's called. Then after that, I was still in a bad mood, but at least I tried giving the word a shot. And one thing that I extracted from the word was find joy in your suffering, knowing that Christ also suffered. And I thought, well, I'm gonna try to find joy in this suffering. My foot hurts, I'm tired. And so then I go back into town. Everything's still closed except for a convenience store. So I buy this juice and some cookies. Chug the juice down, and then fruit stores closed. I wanted fruit. And so then I walked all the way to the campsite, which was in the opposite direction of the Camino, of the way. And it was closed. It was closed. I had nowhere to sleep now. I thought, you know what? God, I feel like today has been a hard day. Everything's has been, going wrong for me. I want to go home. I don't want to be here. I'm thirsty. I'm tired. I feel like maybe something's broken or torn in my foot. And I was like, despite all this, I'm going to try to take joy in my suffering and keep going. You sent me here to walk this path. I'm going to walk it. I don't need stamps. I don't need to do it how people tell me to do it. I'm just going to go. And I started going. I found an Alcampo, which here is called an Almarshan or something like that, supermarket. Bought a bunch of stuff. The French people in there weren't so nice as everybody else I've been finding along the way. And I just started walking, ate a couple oranges, and then along the way I found a man named Marco. He stopped me and was the first person to really have a conversation with me. And he asked me where I was going, how far, this and that. I showed him, he had broken Spanish, so I showed him a picture of the 1,600 kilometer sign, because I have 1,600 kilometers left. And he was shocked and stuff, but then he asked me why I was doing it. And I told him that it was because of God, that God called me to do it, and I wanted to be out here to pray and read and talk to him. And he was like, wow, Catholic or Christian? And I don't like that question, you know that. But then I asked him if he'd ever done the route, and he told me no, because that's a religious thing, it's for God and stuff. And he said he's not a believer because his father saw ugly things in the church and evil going on. And even though his wife is Catholic, he's not a believer. And I told him in the best way I could with hand signs and our broken Spanish, man, church separate from God. Man separate from God. Man, not God. It's important to look at these things and understand and investigate. And then he said, where are you going to sleep? And I said, I don't know yet. He said, what? And I said, yeah, the campsite was closed, so I'm just going with faith that everything's going to work out. And he says, try sleeping by the river. It's calm to hear the river. And I get to the river. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I think I found a really cool spot here. Nobody can see me from the trail. It's full of rocks though. Maybe I'll try to clear a campsite, make camp here, or I'll try to walk down a little farther and see if there's anything else for me. But man, look at this. You kidding me? I ask God for water, he gives me a river. I trust God that he's gonna give me a place to lay my head, and he gives me this place. Take joy in your suffering, for Christ suffered too. And if you don't deserve it, but you still do it, God smiles upon you and he hears you. And he answers your prayers. He always comes through. Man, always. Anyway, on to day 5 tomorrow. Let's see if we can get some good sleep tonight. I'm gonna try a new technique where I put my feet in my bag and then a bunch of clothing and stuff in there and just kind of like suffocate them. Let's see. Heck, you know what else? I reckon I'll skinny dip. I ain't never done that before. Now always remember, when times get tough, trust in the Lord and he will reward you. Time to go freeze off my nuts. If anyone asks, Marco said I could do it. Check this out. So I was filtering some water by the river and I keep seeing these little things flying over the river. It's like they're racing to get to the other side. Let's see if you guys can see it. It's everywhere. And I don't have to blow them all. It's just the wind. It's super cool.